How you doing, fellow crypto traders? So do you ever wonder why you're making a lot less money than you think you would when you're trading BNB coins or other coins with high slippage? Wanted to explain a couple of things, and hopefully this will help you understand if you don't already. It's pretty basic stuff, so I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but I've spent enough time on Telegram and Twitter to know that plenty of people don't seem to understand. So let's say hypothetically that you purchase a coin or token for $100. $100 of US currency, and you then pay 15% tax. You might even pay more slippage just to get in, sometimes 2 or 3% extra if you would be required on Pancake Swap just to get in. That definitely happens on the way out, sometimes 12 or 13% slippage on the way out as to what the tax is, and then you can't get out for less than 20%. So you should plan for that. I always expect that I'm going to be paying at least 20% to get out. So let's say, again, that you purchased $100 worth of crypto and you paid a 15% tax, and what you end up with is $85 worth of tokens. If you check your Trust wallet, you'll see right away that your dollar value has just dropped by about 15%, or at least 15% of that purchase has been deducted from your dollar balance. So you're already in the hole by 15%. Hopefully your coin goes up. And there's no guarantees on that, but hopefully it goes up. But it already needs to go up at least 15% just to cover the loss that you've already taken. So now let's say that the price of your token doubles, and you might be thinking, cool, I have $200. No, you have $170. You have doubled your $85 investment. Now you have $170. So now let's say that you decide you want to sell. Maybe 100% gain was enough, even though you didn't make 100%. But let's say that 100% was enough, and you decide out you want to get out. That token is now twice as much as it was when you bought it. So now you pay your 15% tax to get out, assuming it's only 15%, and your tax is based on the $170 value, and that is $25.50. So your proceeds for this transaction, for this trade, are $144.50. That's right. Your token jumped 100%, but you made a 44.5% gain. That's a lot to overcome, and it creates a lot more risk trying to overcome that much tax when you're trading frequently. Not that I'm advising hodling. Depending on the coin, a lot of these projects, you're going to hodl yourself down to zero. So you got to be in and out quick on a lot of these new coins unless you're very confident in the project. But basically, the developers are getting rich off of your taxes. Have you ever taken a look at the trading volume on CoinMarketCap to see how much the dollar's value is traded each day? Just imagine that these developers are getting 15 to 20% of that right off the top every day. So never mind the value of the coins that they hold. That's not, in my opinion, that's not where they're really making the money. People are all worried about how many coins the developers have in the wallet and how much do they own. That's important when we're talking about rug pulls and stuff, things like that. But the money is really being made off of these taxes. One more thing, and this is basic. So again, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence, but I've heard this more than once, and it always kind of surprises me how people can be so uninformed. But if your token jumps 200% and then loses 50%, you are not still up 150%. Like I said, for many of you this is obvious, but I hear people say this all the time. An example, day one, random coin jumps from $1 to $2. That's a 100% gain. That's awesome. Your profits are a different story, as we discussed earlier, but 100% gain, that's pretty cool. I know everybody is hoping for 1,000% gain or 1,000%, 2,000% gains, but there was a time not so long ago when 10, 12, 20% a year on an investment was considered good gain. Now everybody wants to make 2,000% in one day, but that's not our story. So day two, your coin loses 50% of its value. Now you're right back down to $1. So that's right. You just lost your entire 100% gain on a 50% drop. So see how that works? It should be pretty obvious. 50% of $2 is $1. 100% of $1 is $1. So you always have to look at the price that it came from. That at the beginning of that day or the beginning of that trading period. Not the 50% is not just half of your gain. If it's all on the same day, then that's 50%. Is deducted from the 100%, but once the trading period restarts, and if you lose 50%, you just lost basically your entire 100% gain. A good example, last year in 2020, when the stock market crashed in March, it dropped, 20 or 30%, and then when people made back 20 or 30%, I remember some people wondering why they weren't back to where they were. Why is their 401k not back to where it was? Well, 20 or 30% on the reduced value is a lot less money than 20 or 30% on the value that it dropped from and before the crash. So you have $100,000 and it loses 30%. You just lost. Now you're down to $70,000. Now, if that gains back 30%, you're not back at $100,000. I don't know offhand what you're at, but 30% of $70,000 is not $30,000. So just keep that in mind and try not to say stupid things like that when you're on Telegram. Hope this helped. I will have other videos if people like this one. I have a few other ideas. If you have anything you'd like me to cover or anything, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm more than happy to learn and do some research. And if I can cover something that you're interested in, let me know. Good luck.